Welcome back. We're going to continue with Vagrus. Last time we were investigating Sidarius's I don't know what the term would be, his investigations with corruption in Avernus. I didn't mean to click that. Yeah, we did that. We cleared out all the people, but there are in the town, but there are more outside. And he asked us to go, well, asked us, wasn't very much of an ask, to go and clear them out. We will do that, but we can't leave yet because we need more scouts and we need more, we have scouts. Oh, no, we don't. Never mind. I was going to say, I thought we had scouts, but no, we don't. We need more scouts and we need companions. Not you to be healed up. But we do have you now. And I'm wondering if you should get upgraded. Because I do have 10 insight now, so I could just boost you up. Costs 9 insight. There we go. So we could do this. Then we have 27 proficiency to use. Okay. What are your attacks? Unholy Strike. I feel like we should advance one of these a lot. This one, the accuracy is so bad, though. What does this give as effects? Accurate. Ignores 20% of the target's evade. That's pretty good. 60% of the evade. That's really good. Can I actually boost it up that much? Oh, no. Because if I want to do this, prowess 4, no. So I could do prowess 3. Yeah, so I can only go up to one of these levels. Same with these, I think, yeah. So I can only go up one level on them. Do this. This gives me higher crit and ignores 20% of the target's block. So this is better if they're blocking, and this is better if they're evading, I guess. Or we can boost Bane, which 3 and 30, that's the same. Okay. So it just increases how many people we're hitting, which isn't terrible. This does increase ourselves enchanted 1 round. What does enchanted mean? Able to damage enemies with the impervious trait. Huh. So I could make myself be able to hit people that are impervious. Interesting. I feel like that's kind of important. What does it need? Strong-minded and mighty. Which isn't actually that much. So if we do that, we could do that. And then we have Conduit. I don't really care. Die Hard is good. I have 14 proficiency. If I do that, then I could get that. If movable, you are immune to being involuntary moved in combat. Resistance against your magical skills are lowered by 15%. We don't use Bane a whole lot. I'd rather buff ourselves. Attacks against you have a 10% accuracy penalty. That's good. Do this. I can't get that though. Oh, wait. I'd be with getting... Because you just need toughness. Oh, but I want to get this. And this requires these two. So if I wanted to do that, more terrifying. then this isn't worth it, or worth getting then. I mean, it's used in events, but like... Oh, we're so close. Tough 4. Tough 3. Strong-minded 3. Would love to get this and this, but can't. While boosting up our buff. Actually, this one doesn't really matter. I guess it would be this one, yeah. Die Hard would be nice to have, but we don't have the points for it. So then we can have Magical Sense, Religion, do Religion 3. Would make sense to have Religion 3. We already have History, so Magic Sense, I guess. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. We don't have a lot of money, which is a problem. Because we need supplies, and I don't really feel like selling metal, unfortunately. But there's not much else we can do at the moment. We can't leave. We do need to hire. But I'm thinking if we send in Sidarius into the fights, then we probably can get a little bit in. Enter the roster. It's risky, but it might be worth it. Okay. Falco, the man in charge, tells you that fights are arranged each day. Because of the lack of pit fighters and gladiators, all kinds of people have joined the roster. Local thugs, orc mercenaries, and poachers. There's even a fellow who sends his armed Jahakra into the arena. You can join the next fight here, but be mindful that we'll progress the day afterwards. Fights can be attempted once, and if you lose, you cannot enter the pit fights again. Consecutive fights are progressively more difficult. Okay, that's fine. Shed the first blood. First opponent will be a pair of local thugs who like violence a lot and decide that being paid for it in the pits is really the best thing that has ever happened to them. They are called the Turgok brothers, even though they are not related. Waving their cheap weapons around, they manage to get a meager applause from the crowd. They follow that up with swearing, which earns them a bunch of angry shouts and booing. Your fighters enter the pit, which is really just Sidarius and him in the back. Begin fight. Okay. There's a bruiser and Brigand? Sure. Whatever. First things first. We promote you. You buff yourself. That's the buff, right? Yeah. Buff. You attack. Okay. I guess it would probably been better if we moved you up. Can we not move? Okay, fine. Whatever. We strike you. We strike you. 7. Nice. Ow. I want you to move. 1's not bad. 2's not great. Dead. Mind blast him. 4. Did he get debuffed? No. Attack accuracy. Okay. Easy. The slaves of the Metacross drag the limp bodies of the brothers out of the pit while your crew is cheered on by the crowd. Falco congratulates you and hands you a couple of copper coins. You are welcome to come back for more. The crowd seems to like your fighters. You pocket your winnings and take your companions to rest. +3 Leog. Oh, I forgot to explore this city, but whatever. I can't pay. Oh man, it's gonna get so much. Send them out to work. And they didn't even heal. Great. Cool. Explore the city. There's a street performance by a group of thespians. Oh yeah, that's thespians are the are just like people that do theater. Reinterpretation of the tale of the mason's son. You find it quite amusing, but it is evident that most of the humor is aimed at the Perfectus and his jurisdiction. Towards the end, the city guard appears and puts an end to the show. The head of the trope is taken away and will get a sound beating, no doubt. Members of the Avernus Legion look on quietly from around the corner. You leave the scene. Okay. We go to the fighting pit again. Fight in the arena. Today's fight sets you up against the trained, in quotes, Jahakra of the magnificent Lucius, a former stable hand. Javek scoffs at seeing the beasts and says that they are as trained as any other wild specimen of their species out in the wastes. They just toss them into cages and let them into the pit where the fight begins. As a matter of fact, they look malnourished and demoralized. However, one should never underestimate a hungry beast. Okay, you go up front, you go there, begin fight. Jahakra, 10. You have a buff of an armor. Oh, because you're in the back. Yeah, that's right. Okay, buff yourself. Buff him. Now you have a ton of armor. Well, block, evade, whatever. Yeah. 3. Can we cleave well? 4 and evade. Mind blast him again. Take 1 damage. That's not bad. Cleave. Nice. Good damage. Kill it. Cleave. Didn't hit that one, but he's knocked back, so that means he has to burn a turn. You can be buffed again. Need to fear and stun. I'll kill you. Yeah. And no? Almost. There we go. Dead. Cool. The 3 Jahakra lie dead on the sand. The last one to fall still twitching and gurgling. Their trainer looks less magnificent now, bent over the bodies of his deadly pets, sobbing loudly as the crowd laughs at his display of weakness. Falco congratulates you and hands you a couple of copper coins. You're welcome to come back for more. The crowd seems to expect your fighters to return. You pocket your money and take your champions away to rest. 7. Okay, we are gaining wealth. They're working. I guess I could use a medical supply. Because I do need the healing. And I still didn't heal. Good, okay. Go to the fighting pit. Enter the roster. It's risky, but might be worth it. Fight in the arena. According to Falco, your next opponents are 2 ex-soldiers from an auxiliary legion. Expert slingers both, who ended up becoming poachers in the area after gambling away their veteran annuity? Annuity? The last member of their team is a tracker that they befriended in one of the worst drinking holes in the city. They are probably more of a threat than one would think, having made it this far in the pit fights. Your fighters enter the pit. So there's 3 of them? 3 of them, yeah. You go there. I mean, you have a fair amount of health now. Sure, why not? What am I going for, I guess? No. Sad. Cleave you. Well, not cleave, but... I think it's better to go for damage at this point. Maybe not, though. Can you... Oh, you can't move. Okay. You strike this one. Really? Okay, Mind Blast him. I can't hit any of them. There's so much evade. You can't do anything from that back there. Okay, 4. Into 3. Okay, you're close to death, at least. You have a negative trait on you. What are you? Venerate it. That's annoying. You still can't do anything. Okay, you're close to death at least. Yes, I want to move there. Can I not do that? There we go. Okay. Let's blast you. Or Mind Blast. Okay. Two. Okay, cleave. I guess it's probably better to cleave. Because there's a chance that hits both. Okay. You, Mind Blast you, dead. You kill this dude. Or not, I guess. In. There we go. Finally. Way too evasive. Poachers are defeated while your companions are cheered by a frenzied crowd. Falco tells you that you've earned a shot at the current champions. You can challenge them when you feel you're ready to take them on. You pocket your winnings and take your companions to rest. 7. That's not bad. We're getting there, but not quite yet. Steady. Costs 2 resourcefulness and can be done every 3 days. Yeah, we'll do that. That boosts our morale. Oh, I have no food. Whoops. Okay, now we have some food. Not a lot of food. I have to sell this. There's not much else I can do. Can we leave yet? Need at least 5 scouts. Okay. Cool. We can buy scouts. Hire. Leave. Nothing prevents you from leaving now. Perfect. You approach the gates. Comitatus packed up and ready to go. Grim-faced Sergoradites approach you with slaves in tow that carry amphoria full of supplies. My contribution to the journey, the Black Knight says. Okay. Plus 350 supplies. The guards check your cargo and talk to you briefly as the Comitatus moves towards the gate. Did you pay your tax upon entry? You already paid the tax. You are finally outside the city gates. The Comitatus stretches out into a line, and you start to head towards your destination. The Wasteland awaits.
With the Black Knight's investigation concluded in Avernum, we were yet again chained to his will and purpose. Commandeered from our original venture, we set out across vast plains of sand and rock in search of escaped slaves that preyed upon travelers. We could only dream that we'd make it out of this predicament alive and could return to our journey eastwards.
Okay. I'm assuming... Well, we kind of have to go this way. I guess I could enter, but there's no point in that. We leave. Your crew grumbles. It is not a rare thing, as there is always a reason to grumble, but this time they complain and moan about not getting paid, which is a fairly good reason if there was any. You notice the signs and are quite aware that it cannot go on like this forever. Likewise, otherwise, the least unsettling thing that happens is that they start leaving. Then they are going to steal your belongings too, and there is much worse alternatives. Just keep in mind to pay their dues. Okay, 7. 4 gets me there. This gives me 2 extra to get food. Because I'm trying to get to somewhere. Where am I trying to get? Over here somewhere. Okay. We can rest for now. Deputy's pane is now active. Navigate to by clicking the Assign Deputies button here, or clicking the Deputies sheet on the top left. Huh? Chief Handler. Deputies are your officers in the Comitatus. On this pane, you can assign your companions to deputy roles and check what boons each deputy provides. You can assign a companion to a deputy role by dragging and dropping their portrait in an available slot. Available slots are signified by a coin. Only companions with a deputy perk can be assigned. One companion can fill one role, even if they are eligible to more. And each role can be filled only once. The maximum number of assigned deputy roles depends on your authority, a leader characteristic. Assigned deputies unlock new equipment slots for the Comitatus. Though we can only assign or remove deputy roles while in camp or resting, you can always consult your pane through the Comitatus management window or directly from the leader window. Assign Morgwen to the Scout's Master Deputy role, then close the window. I can only have 2. I see. This gives us some more movement and scouting base chance. Okay. We need food. So we're gonna do acquire supplies and then post this. We're going to lose a vigor, though. Postcards, postcards. I don't have enough armored crew. Okay, well, whatever. Hunting failed, foraging failed, but we healed a little bit. The scouting icon is now active in the node module menu. Click on the node you currently occupy, then click on the eye icon. Scouting allows you to gather information on what's going to happen in nearby nodes before committing your comitatus to a path forward. This is done by sending your scouts out. Scouting is divided into two categories: manual scouting and auto scouting. Both forms serve the purpose of revealing important information about combat encounters, hunting, foraging, and events in the surrounding area. Manual scouting covers anything from the node you occupy to a larger surrounding area that stretches out far into the distance. The more distance covered, the higher the movement point cost. The amount of movement points needed is also dependent on the number of scouts you choose to send, and the extent of the area you elect to cover surrounds the comitatus. These factors, among others, also indicate your probability of success or failure, as indicated besides odds. The colored icons represent the different things that you can find, and the upwards arrow on the right side allows you to use resourcefulness to guarantee results in a specific category, regardless of the normal chances to succeed or fail at scouting. Scouting is not without risk. Your scouts may not return in case of a failure. Use a plus button on this to set up a minimum scout distance of 3. Then click on the Send Scouts button to send out your scouts. Do we want to increase anything? I guess hunting, maybe. Guaranteed success in this category by spending 2 resourcefulness. And we kind of want that too. You can now see the results of your scouting. The success of your scouting is in each direction is indicated by the chevron icons next to numbered emblems. These emblems are also shown on the campaign map, where they remain and can be checked for 3 in-game days. Mousing over them brings up the same percentage-based information that is normally shown in a list format on the scouting UI. Okay. For each node where scouting was successful, percentages appear with icons related to a certain encounter types. The squirrel icon indicates an event, such as either a priority or a chance event. The axe icon indicates a combat encounter. The crossed out icon, circle icon indicates a chance of nothing happening. And the arrow and berries icons represent hunting and foraging based success chance as that node represents on that node respectively. In the case of a critical success, you get more precise information. The blue scroll icon indicates an available priority event, story related or fixed local event, while the gold scroll icon indicates a random event, general or specific to the region. Failed scouting provides no information on events, while a critical failure also incurs losses to your scouts. Results are still shown for failed results when resourcefulness was used for manual scouting to guarantee success in that category. Close the scouting results by clicking X or move on. With that, the tutorial part of Pilgrims of the Wasteland has come to an end. The scenario itself goes on for quite a while after this, however. and you can pursue the story to its end or leave for now and jump into the main campaign. You continue Pilgrims of the Wasteland, you might experience a marked marked rise in difficulty and a lack of hand-holding. This is intentional. Completing a scenario is by no means an easy endeavor, so remember that you can always return to it once you have more experience with the game in general. Okay, well, we'll try. Where'd my scouting information go? It was there. Said that there was something here. Well, acquire supplies. As an alternative to acquiring supplies when you camp and end the day, you can also acquire supplies during the day. This can often be useful, as the node you chose to hunt or forage on may have a significant impact on the results. In almost all cases, this will cost 2 movement points. If you do not have any remaining MP, it will instead cost 1 vigor. You can send out multiple hunting and foraging expeditions during day, though they will face diminishing returns depending on the outcome of the previous results. I want to go down here. Actually. And then we can go, we can camp there. Our morale is broken because I can't pay anybody. I can't boost them. Okay, well, that'll cost me a vigor. Everything will cost me a vigor. That will also cost me a vigor. We can give them food. We have a lot of supplies, so we can boost them, I guess, a little bit. Use them. Okay. So I want to get to here. The Commandant has seen better days. In fact, your comms is in a pretty foul mood. Okay, well, we boost this by 15%. Perhaps you can still turn things around. Moderate chance of success. Okay. Success. You rolled 19 out of 100, equal to or below the test difficulty value of 60. You managed to avert or prevent the worst thing that has come up today. The Commandant trudges on. Okay. We should be able to enter here. And we're now at Utvorar, home of the eponymous Utvorar tribe of fire worshippers. This village is one of the few permanent settlements of the Sadara folks here, poised on the edge of a large barren plateau, protected from the raging heat of the nearby lava lakes. Rows of soot-covered sandstone houses and tents await visitors. Everything is painted orange and red, the holy colors of the great fire spirit. Clothing, awnings, banners, and even faces. Okay, so we can hire scouts. Some of the locals wish to join you from time to time. Seek out the shamans. Perhaps they can aid you in your journey. Approach the group of young warriors. They're eyeing you intently. I would actually like to sell some bronze because it's a good price. I would also like to sell my bone necklace. But I don't know how to do that yet. So you got the shamans? 5 shamans of the Udvorar tribe are the undisputed leaders of their people. Nobody would dare provoke their wrath, and rightfully so, because like the element they worship, they can be fickle and quick to wreak havoc. The daily gatherings of Udvorar's most influential shamans can be attended by outsiders as well, so you trudge over to the brickwork building where the meeting takes place. Inside, it's hot as a furnace, thanks to the large fire set in the middle, under an opening in the ceiling. The shamans sit in a circle way too close to the flames and discuss the important matters of the tribe, as well as listen to news and propositions from outsiders. After a lengthy discussion of what the fire spirit commands, you get the chance to address the shamans. Ask for medical supplies. Shamans have some to spare. Ask about the Utvorar. Most of them seem perplexed upon hearing your request, but then an elderly shaman raises his head and starts to speak in a drawl. We are the Utvorar of the Sadari people. Our ancestors survived the burning that destroyed the tribes of the Forgotten people that poisoned the land. Before the skies opened and the burning was set to the earth, our ancestors heeded the warning of the great spirits and hid underground. Later, the spirits led our ancestors out onto the searing plains and showed us how to survive and where to live. The Utvorar are warriors and explorers, pioneers who fought great battles against the many horrors that lurked in the endless deserts and fields of liquid fire to the north. Thus, fire spirits adopted us, and we adopted it. We command the flames and heat of the land when we need to. We burn the dead and use great fires to craft things the other Sadara cannot. And we, like all the 4 tribes, send emissaries to the village of Sadarar who guide our people in matters that concern all of us. The other shamans nod in agreement after they realize that the old man has concluded his speech. Ask him if the Vitrar are their enemies. Why? Why would we be enemies? One of the shamans looks at you with a confused expression. Oh, you mean because we follow fire spirits and they follow water spirits? But that would be folly. Folly. There's a balance that the great spirits strive for, and we need all the 4 tribes to maintain that balance. It is in nobody's interest to repeat the burning. No outsider. We are allies and friends to the other tribes, even though our ways are our own and we share a bloody history. Fire spirit and water spirit are not enemies. They complement each other. You bow your head as a sign of understanding. Ask about the last pilgrimage. You recount your encounter with the spectral pilgrims. Javek butts in here and there. The shaman asks questions, then talk to each other in their native tongue. At length, one of them, a small man with a mangy mane of black hair, turns to you. We know little of these wandering spirits because we avoid them just like everyone else. There's a fire burning inside them, but this fire is not of this world, not one with a flame of the fire spirit. It is kindled in a searing wound, reeking of disappointment, of betrayal, and the flashes you saw. We have heard no account of such a thing. Whatever makes you and your people see them has to be the reason for the specter's apparent attraction towards you, we believe. He bows his head, indicating that this is all they can tell you. You thank the shamans for the insight. Take your leave of the shamans. Approach the group of young warriors, I guess. 4 young Vorar warriors are talking in hushed tones next to a row of tents. They greet you politely when you approach them and ask them why they've been staring at you. We heard your tribe travels the sands and may go to faraway lands, oldest of one says. The fire is in our heart compels us to seek what is over the horizon. If you wish, we would join your tribe and fight for you. You could hire them if you're looking for warriors, or try to play their sense of destiny and curiosity. We could try this. Still a moderate chance. It's an honor to travel with such renowned comitatus. Try to get them to join for free. Fail. Rolled an 87. It may be an honor, but the young warrior who speaks for all four of them says, scratching his chin, we still need metal coins to pay for things in faraway lands. It would cost a lot. We do need warriors, though. Then we already gave up on them. Okay. Something made them disappear. Okay. Trade news. Can't. Okay. Lost prey. The locals tell you that one of the hunting parties went north and never came back. Death is not uncommon in these parts, yet a whole group of hunters disappearing is more than worrisome. They were supposed to return several days ago from an area in the north of Utvorar called Flametair Lake. Okay. An elderly tracker has just returned to Utvarar from a trip to the desert and reputedly came across something interesting. It is a large cave I used to rest in when I'm out among the dunes, he says, after you buy him a drink. But now, some cursed strangers made camp in there and chased me away. Runaways or renegades, most like. If you want to find them, journey southeast from here for 2 days, then turn south between the quicksand fields. That, I think, is what we need. Okay, we're gonna leave then. Actually, we need to rest. Southeast, then south. Okay. Camp. We have... How much food do we have? We can give more. Boost this up. We can't really do anything. Okay. Okay. Southeast. Why are we ending? I didn't mean to end. Southeast, then south. Oh, that's over here, actually. Southeast. Okay. Black Knight. Oh, we need to go down there. Okay. We also need to go to there. So we could probably go this way. Is that the camp? Abolitionist camp, hunting grounds. 2 days of travel. Oh, we have no money though. That's the problem. I wonder if it was better to go to Avernum, sell our scrap metal, buy some metal, sell our scrap metal, buy metal, sell it to these people, and then continue. I think we're going to have to do that. Because otherwise there's no way we're getting anywhere. Uh, 200. That'll keep us well fed. Max nutrition is 9. Okay, we're good still. Up here. And up here. We don't have enough to go here yet. We can force march though. It's worth it, I think. Enter. Pay the gate fee. That's fine. This makes up for it. We need to sell scrap metal or melt it down. One of the two. I guess melt it down. Okay. Foundries. Smelt metal, scraps into ingots. Okay, smelting metal will free up precious cargo space. It is much easier to pack and store ingots, and you can sell those just as well when you get to Devon. You only need to pay a small fee to the metallurgist each time they smelt your scraps. Okay. How much? 342. Smelting yields iron, bronze, and copper from the scrap pile. Oh, that's a lot. But we did get rid of 20 scrap metal. Leave the foundry. But that did get rid of like all our scrap metal. Let's get rid of it all. Why not? At this point, scrap metal, smelt. Okay. Leave the foundries. We don't sell it here. Oh, we don't have a lot of food, but we're gonna have to. Nothing prevents you from leaving. Yeah, we have to. Okay. Rest. No, there's no food out there. We can drop down. Oh, we have to do 200. Okay. Okay. Guess we go. Just keep in mind. Yeah, that's fine. We understand. We don't have money, though. Camp, I guess. We do have no vigor. And you're dead. Okay. We also have no food. Oh no. Boost this. High chance of success. Yeah, okay. We survived. Barely. I guess we just acquire supplies and hope. Send. Barely. Can we get here? We can, but we're just gonna rest instead. We have no food. Okay, we can boost that up. Okay. We can get there. They stole some materials, that's fine. Force march. Okay. Enter. Oh, no, I don't want to camp. I want to enter. I want to sell our metal. I want to sell all our metal. Oh, that's not what I want. I want that. Sell our copper. Sell our bronze. Sell our tin. Where's our tin? Can we not sell tin? Okay, they don't buy tin. That's fine. We want to buy a ton of this. Okay, we bought all of them. Now we can pay them. Okay, they need stuff. The warlike Utvarar, sorry, not Utar, are holed up in the volcano shelf. The talk there is that the fire spirit loves to burn wood, but the shamans can rarely get any. They also have no arboreal land, so grain fetches a good price here too. Okay, good to know. I guess we rest. Okay, we can do sustained. We can pay now. We'll pay extra to get nutrition and everything back up. Okay, end day. We don't need medical supplies anymore. We failed odd jobs. Okay, that's fine. We're leaving. Actually, enter anything else? No. Exchange. Then leave. Okay. It's not the greatest, but we can get better. Pay now. We're broken, but we can pay for with food. And day. Move here. Okay, Vitrar we want to get to. Go here. We rest. Well fed. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Boost this up. Okay. Here. Move here. Okay. And enter. Sage. Some passengers part way thanking you for your service. Do you buy tin? No, but you buy iron for about the same amount. Okay. Ooh, but you do have timber. And I know the other place buys timber and grain for a lot. So we could buy grain. Start making a profit. Awnings, guard dogs. Did we get good guard dogs last time? I don't think so. I feel like this probably is a good idea to have. They're cheap. We do need supplies. But I also want to buy timber and grain. Okay, next we want to hire some fighters, but we'll see if they have anything. Scouts. The water merchants debark. You brought them to their destination. The water merchants walk up to you to take their farewell. Thank you so much, Vagrus, for bringing us here safely. The youngest of them says, smiling, "We'll set up shop here. It is a really magnificent place, don't you think? But you have business to take care of, so there's no time to swim in ponds or oogle half-naked natives yet." The oldest of them looks at the other one sternly. "Speaking of business," the third merchant chimes in, handing you the promised coin. "We've been thinking, given how we have never dealt with these savages, and you seem to know your way around these parts and handle talks quite expertly, we have a proposition," says the youngest. "Let's hear it." You listen to the proposition. "Splendid," says the oldest with a smile. "We want to ask you if you could perhaps talk to the leaders here, the shamans, and negotiate a deal with them for us," the youngest explains, "so that we would be allowed to take water from the oasis and sell it elsewhere. We're a little afraid they wouldn't be inclined to take us seriously, but the Vagrus of your experience and stature, well, they'd get a cut, of course, and you'd get a neat reward," smiles the third merchant. "Everybody wins. I'll see what I can do. Accept their proposal." Yeah. The water merchant leaves your comitatus. You gain 1 leurg. Okay. Okay. I guess we seek out the shamans? Or do we rest by the lakes? Oh, I guess I never read this. Vitrar. Hidden among the endless sand dunes of the deep desert is a sacred lush oasis of the Sidarar, water worshippers, Vitrar. The clear pools and streams running through primitive aqueducts are kept blessed by the blue-clad shamans and are guarded fiercely by the warriors of the tribe. Yet no soul would ever dream of befouling the waters of Vitrar. The oasis is simply too valuable for all travelers of the searing plains. Okay, let's rest by the water. You decide to take your crew and rest by one of the lakes of the oasis. Bathing is allowed by the Vitrar, and your comms planned on doing just that. They also brought some booze. Soon, laughter and splashing fills the air in the shade below the billowing palm trees. Some of your crew simply lie on the soft sand and take a nap. You settle down in the shade too and rest your eyes in the cool breeze. You wake up a few hours and feel rested. It was time well spent on a little recreation. Crew thanks you for the chance to rest. +1 vigor, -2 movement. That's perfectly fine. Seek out shamans. Yes. The water shamans, leader of the Vitrar tribe, oversee the waters of the lakes and caverns in the protected oasis. They are calm and peaceful, just like the element they worship, and are always open to talking to outsiders. The council hall is a great wooden building that stands on stilts over the largest lake of the oasis. Many steps lead down into the water of the lake. There are countless pools inside the spacious halls. Carpets and banners in 100 hues of blue carpets and banners in 100 hues of blue cover the walls while vines climb the pillar and hang over roof beams. Acolytes offer you fresh, cool water as a token of greeting, and lead you into the council chamber where the water shamans sit in a pool lit by fluorescent algae. After discussing urgent matters, the shaman turns to you and asks kindly how they can be of assistance to you and your crew. We can seek healing, negotiate trading rights for the water merchants, ask for medical supplies, ask about Vitrar, ask about the last pilgrimage. Let's ask about Vitrar. Varar. After an exchange of looks, the shamans point at one of the younger ones, a beautiful, dusky-skinned woman with blue and green feathers in her dreadlocks. She stands and starts to speak, almost like a chant. We are the Vitrar, one of the 4 great Sidarar tribes. Before the earth broke, the waters boiled, and the old world came to an end. Our ancestors heeded the warning of the great spirits and hid underground. Later, the spirits led our ancestors out of the vaults and into the searing plains. Wait, what do you mean vaults? Okay. And into the searing plains and showed them how to survive there. It is said that the Vitrar were the first to lay eyes upon an oasis and settled there. They cultivated plants, irrigated the earth, and gave shelter to others. Thus, water spirits adopted us, and we adopted it. In time, we grew to be masters of finding water in the new world and guard its cleanliness, as it is a source of all life. Water is required by all tribes, by all people, so we become healers, protectors, and growers. And we, like all the 4 tribes, send emissaries to the village of Sidara, who guide our people in matters that concern of us all. Take heed of what they've learned. We know that they're not enemies. Okay, negotiate trade rates. You explain the case of the merchants to the shamans. They talk in their native tongue for a while. It is apparent that the discussion is calm and considerate. At length, an older shaman with dusky skin and large mane of gray hair turns to you. And why should we let these merchant friends of yours purchase water from us? The water is everyone's, but we are no fools. We know how rare and treasured it can be outside of the oasis, and these men will try to make a profit from it. We only grant our approval to a select few. We can try to convince them, we can try to bribe them, or try to offer them a rare gift. Ooh, we do it of the bone necklace, and we don't really have a use for it, so we can do that. The shamans take some convincing, but eventually they cave and agree to negotiate further with the water merchants. You thank them, take your leave. Time to return to the merchants and tell them the good news. The water merchants set up their base of operations near one of the smaller ponds at the southern side of the oasis, with the Vitrar blessing, of course. 2 large tents facing each other. A tan awning strung between them. A fire pit with a few sitting stones and a giant pile of earthen amphoria constitute the camp. The merchants grant you warmly when you approach. Inform the merchants of your negotiations with the shamans. The 3 merchants are completely ecstatic by your news. They get so excited that they begin throwing around ideas and plans on how to start setting up the operations specifics before realizing you are standing there. Cilias, getting elated like a maiden on her wedding night, the oldest exclaims, chuckling. We are immediately grateful to you, Vagrus. The youngest nods, gives you a couple of coins. Here's your reward for bringing this about. Also, we'd like you to take these, the 3rd merchant adds, shaking your hand and pointing at a pile of supplies next to one of their tents. We'll be staying here. Orchestrating our business ventures with the locals, and we won't need the rations. We may have overstocked ourselves for the journey, haha. You accept and say farewell to the merchants. 280 supplies, 3 bros, 2 bros, nice, and 3 insight, nice. Okay. Cool. How do I equip this? Categories: animal defense or outpost. Animal defense. Protective gear. Sorcery. Oh, right there. Cool. We only have 1 animal. We need another one to do that. We have too many supplies, but I want to increase our defense. And might as well buy a beast of burden. Oh, we can't buy, but we can buy a mount. Or 2. Nope, we can only buy 1. Okay. We have that. Okay, well, we can rest here, and I would eat some of the food. Passengers. There's some passengers. We can trade information. Terrible beast. It's on the hunt, and also a hidden encampment. There's talk of a horrid desert beast and a whole pack of smaller vermin that follows it around, attacking everyone that comes upon it in the arid wasteland. They are fairly cunning, setting ambushes and tracking prey. The pack was last seen about 2 days east of Vitrar. Okay, that one we knew about, I guess. And then we had the hidden encampment. The Sadarar hunters whisper about tracks out to the desert leading to a camp among the endless dunes. It lies about 2 days southeast of Vitrar. The hunters warn you, however, there's a whole lot of tracks. Okay, well, we can rest for the day. Yeah. We can't really do odd jobs, as that would take up vigor, and I don't want to do that. Not an option. Okay, but that's growing, that's good. Okay. Can I do... That doesn't really do anything. Okay, well, end the day. We're good on supplies, on space. Just by the lakes again, but no, we'll head out. Leave encampment. And head back to... go here. So it'll give us 2 left. We'll camp. We'll scout. Pay now. Yes, we have cash now. Penalties. No penalties. Good. Good. We'll drop this down to... oh, no. We'll go... yeah. To boost. Okay. Well, they failed. So that's unfortunate. This gives us what? 3? Yeah, I guess we camp. We can boost this. Use you. End the day. Nice. And we got food. That's good. Quick camp and auto march can make exploration easier. While they are turned off by default, you can turn them on in the options menu under game settings. Toggling auto march on will make it so that you choose to travel beyond your normal movement point limit. Your comitatus will proceed forward and expand march points automatically. Without this feature on, you will instead automatically stop moving when you run out of MP. Toggling quick camp on will give you additional option from the node radial menu when you travel, which allows you to instantly camp, ending your day without the usual UI popping up. Quick camp will use all the settings you have locked in with your previous camp. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, we want to go here because we want to sell. In demand, yes. How much did we buy it for? Average price of your stock, there we go, 70. And we're selling it for 111. This one, we're selling for 210 or 212. Oh, that's iron. I thought that was tin. Oh, well, we can sell that. Okay, and then we have a ton of food, or a ton of, well, we have a ton of food, but also a ton of money. Hunting animals. Ooh, that would be nice. Hunting base chance. Protected harness. Skewers. What's my insight looking at? Like 8. Can I increase my authority? Yes, I want that. Because with that, we can do another deputies. Like you. All available companions. Can I give you? Beast lore. How do I give you? Oh, deputy. You can't have one. Oh, sad. Well, whatever. Passengers. Ooh, blacksmith and his family. Vernum. I kind of want to go to a Vernum. We can change that. There's no rumors. The beast burden. Beast type? I think I want to buy one of these. What's our work requirement? Defenses. Consumption workforce. Okay, yeah, we're good. So we can buy a mount or two. Okay. Because I want to buy... I want to buy iron and sell it here. What's the prices? Okay. Should mark these down. Iron is 1012 or 102. No, 1002 actually. On paper. Do I have a pencil actually on my desk at the moment? Yes. Yes, I do. Iron. We do a chart and we go 10 and this is 10 102 or 1002. I guess that's selling, not buying. Yeah, whatever. Is anything that's like low price? Well, supplies, but I don't think. Maybe bone? Ivory? Let's try, let's look at the ivory. This is what? 28. And then this is, let's, in hides. Because they probably hunt a lot. So I assume that they have cheap prices. 14, and that's a buy. I also have a ton of it, so I want bone. Bones. 11 for buying. Okay. And now we head to Avernum. Like, worst case, we just buy. Actually, we'll camp. Oh, I didn't mean to go there, but whatever, we'll camp. End day, everything's good. Yeah. Okay. This gives me 7. Which means we can scout. For possible food, we gain 9. We rest. We scout some more. We lost a vigor. 5, and then we force march. Okay, enter. Pay Avernum. Weights. Exchange gold. Cool. Passengers. Did I pick up the passengers? I may not have. Okay, let's see. Okay, you buy hides for 35. Or no, sell, sorry, you buy them for 29. 29, so that is a profit. Bones. Where are bones? Oh, you have timber, but timber is not very cheap here. Bones, 22. Which is a profit as well. And an ivory. 56. But these way different amounts is the other thing. 20 per stack, 25 per stack. I can't. 20 per stack. So hides is the most. And we'd be making a 15 per thing. So 15 times 25. Sure, that's a number. We'd be making 11 times 20 for bones, or 28 times 20. It's 28 times 20 versus 25 times 50. No, ivory is way better. And iron is so much more less. Let me buy like 3 more. I'm still be fine. Is there any passengers? No. Okay. Reach the gates, pay the tax. We rest. There's no food. Yeah. And then we camp. Is there anything that boosts vigor? No. My cat. Just a failure. It is a 3-day trek. Is a thing. $81, not bad. What's our daily intake of food cost? 109, so that kind of makes up for it. Gives me 2 left over. Or 4 left over. My math. So then we could sell iron. Whoops. So 122 back. What did we start with? I don't remember. Anyhow. Yeah. Was there passengers here? Passengers. Okay, we can take you two. Then buy a bunch of ivory. Buy all the ivory, actually. Well, these are also profits, so... And then bones. Last ones. Cool. And then leave. And then we could go here. I didn't mean to rest, but we'll, actually, we do need to rest. We do have a good amount of workforce. 7. 4. We can get to here. We can rest. No need to work. Enter. Sell it. So we were 122. These helped a little bit. Ooh, a tip. And then we can sell you. And this is with paying our people, right? I think so. So all this 138. So we are making a profit. Okay. I'm gonna buy iron then. We don't have a lot of iron. That's a thing. Ooh, but we can buy tin. We can buy like 1 silver. I don't want to buy more than 1 silver. Maybe the copper. Yeah, that should be fine. Nothing prevents it. Yeah, you reach. Pay your dues. Enter, leave. Camp. End day. 4. So we shall have. I should have 2 left over that we can use for hunting. 75, not bad. Can we get here? Yes, we can. And then we go here, and we go forgot to exchange, but okay. Copper, iron, silver, tin. Oh yeah, we're making a profit. Buy some more supplies, and then yeah. I'm gonna rest inside to give my guys a boost. Yeah. No, we don't need to do that. And day. Cool. So we can make money. Anyhow, that's it for today, and I'll pick it up next time. Thank you all for watching, and bye.